If you're an ambitious but emotional man, listen carefully, because that combination can be your greatest strength or your greatest condemnation. And the difference between one and the other will depend on how much you control your mind. I have seen men with extraordinary vision, men with hunger, with fire, with the desire to eat the world. But I have also seen them fall, not for lack of talent, not for lack of opportunity. They fell because they did not master what was inside them. Their ego, their pride, their fear, or their need for approval broke them. Success does not destroy the weak, it simply exposes them. Unchecked ambition is like a loaded gun without a safety. And if you don't learn to handle it, you'll end up shooting yourself. That's why I tell you something. The man who gets what he wants is not the most passionate, is the most disciplined, the most calculating, the one who feels but does not react, the one who analyzes and then acts. You see, every man faces two battles. The external one, which is out there, business, goals, competition, and the internal one, which is the quieter one but the more dangerous. That voice in your head that tells you that you can't, that you doubt, that you seek approval. That's the real war. But you know what the worst part is? That most of them don't even know they are losing it. So, when you let yourself get carried away by anger, by anxiety, or by impulse, you've already lost before you start. Because he who masters his mind, masters the game. You cannot build a great life if you do not control your emotional system. Emotion is energy, yes, but if it is not directed, it becomes chaos. And chaos, over time, destroys all structure. So if you want to be someone who builds, who climbs, who leaves a mark, you must become a cold man, not because you don't feel, but because you feel, but you decide when to act. Remember this, self-control is not weakness, it is pure strategy. Because while others react, you watch. While others talk, you listen. While others exhaust themselves in the emotion of the moment, you prepare your next move. That's power. The power of patience, the power of waiting, the power of not letting the environment decide for you. When you are emotional, the world manipulates you. When you are calculating, the world respects you. Think about this. The great men, the truly influential ones, were not built from euphoria, but from calm. They did not act because they felt, but because they understood. Therefore, every time you are about to react, stop. Ask yourself, is this bringing me closer to what I want, or is it pushing me away? And if the answer is no, then shut up, watch, and wait. That's what a cold man does. And I'm not talking about being insensitive, I'm talking about being strategic. Because coldness, used well, doesn't kill emotions, it directs them toward purpose. Don't forget this. The man who masters his emotions becomes someone that others can't read. And when no one can read him, no one can control him. Starting today, every time something upsets you, remember this. If you react, you lose control. If you analyze, you gain power. And that, sir, is what differentiates ordinary men from men who build empires. But you haven't heard the most important thing yet. Because controlling your emotions not only changes how you act, changes who you are. When you gain control of your emotions, you begin to control your environment. And that's the first step to becoming someone truly dangerous. Because the man who keeps his cool when everyone else is losing their minds is the one who ends up making the decisions that change the course. Think about this. When someone provokes you, insults you, or tries to get you to react, isn't actually attacking you, it's testing your control. And if you respond with anger, you give them your power. But if you respond calmly, you confound him. And a confused enemy is always about to make a mistake. People think coolness is arrogance, but it's really mastery, self-mastery. And the man who masters himself already masters any situation. Throughout my life, I have seen something. Emotional men live tired because everything touches them. Everything upsets them. And when something upsets them, they lose direction. They change their aim according to their mood. And so the years go by, turning in circles. But the cold man, the man who thinks before he speaks and acts before he reacts, is the one who moves slowly, but always forward. For while others burn with emotion, he builds in silence. And when they least expect it, he is already at the top. Now listen carefully. Coolness is not trained overnight. It is forged in discomfort. In those moments when you want to scream, fight, or give up. But instead, breathe. You save the momentum and go through with the plan. So, if you want to become a truly unstoppable man, start by disciplining your reaction. Every day, one small victory over yourself. Every day, one emotion that decides not to control your course. And there will come a point when something changes. You will no longer need to prove anything. Because real power is not shown, it is felt. He who masters his reaction, masters his destiny. Now think about something. How many times did an emotion lead you to lose something important? A relationship, a business deal, an opportunity? It wasn't fate, it was you. But if it was you who ruined it, you can also be the one to fix it. So start observing your mind. Observe what upsets it, what triggers it, what calms it. And you will see that behind every emotion, there is a thought that you can rewrite. That is what separates the common man from the conscious man. And a conscious man is a free man. You don't need to eliminate your emotions. You need them to work for you. And when you achieve that, then nothing external can bring you down. Because true strength is not in muscles, nor in money, nor in social power. It is in the mind. And the mind, when it is under control, can transform any chaos into advantage. So the next time you feel anger, frustration, or fear, don't see it as weakness. See it as training. Because every emotion is an opportunity to master yourself even more. Every emotion you control is a battle won within you. When a man masters himself, the world begins to respond differently. He no longer needs to raise his voice or demonstrate his strength, because his mere presence commands respect. And that is not achieved with words. It is achieved with energy, with calm, with direction. The man who maintains control in the midst of chaos becomes the point of reference. The others look at him, follow him, imitate him. Not because they understand him, but because they feel him. And that, sir, that is power. So when you talk about goals, dreams, or business, remember this. People don't trust the one who gets carried away by emotion. They trust the one who keeps a cool head when everything is on fire. And in a world full of impulsives, you must be the strategist. He who thinks before he reacts wins without a fight. Every time you manage not to respond to impulse, you are strengthening your character. And every time you react without thinking, you are strengthening your weakness. So the choice is daily, constant, silent. It is not about appearing cool, but about building it. Therefore, if your ambition is great, your emotional discipline must be even greater. Because great plans are not fulfilled with adrenaline, are fulfilled with patience. With a cool mind, able to wait for the right moment. The weak act when they feel. The strong act when they decide. And when you start deciding from reason, you will stop wasting energy on what you cannot control. The opinions of others will stop affecting you, because you will understand that whoever lets himself be dragged down by the words of another will never have control over his own destiny. Therefore, stop wanting to be understood, to be approved, to be applauded. That is ego disguised as need. You don't need validation. You need results. And those come when you stop acting on emotion and start acting on strategy. It's not about being right, it's about being in control. Look, the difference between a leader and a follower is in their internal language. The follower says to himself, I can't, I don't know, I don't have. The leader says to himself, I'll find a way. Both feel fear, but one listens to it and the other uses it as fuel. Therefore, if you want to move forward, must begin by changing the way you speak. Because what is repeated becomes habit, and what becomes habit defines your destiny. Your inner dialogue is the most powerful weapon you possess. And now, before we continue, if this message is making you think, if it is making you see yourself differently, then this channel is for you. Subscribe now and activate the little bell, because here we don't come to listen to empty phrases, but to learn to master mind, emotion, and instinct. Leave me your like if you are willing to build your mind control, and comment below. What emotion do you feel dominates you the most? I'll read. Master your mind, and the rest will come on its own. Most men crumble when the pressure comes on. They lose control, they blame, they yell, they justify themselves. And then they wonder why life doesn't change. But the truth is simple. If you don't master your inner self, your outer self will always be a reflection of chaos. A strong man is not born strong, he is built. And to build something solid, first you have to destroy the weak inside. The excuses, the doubts, the impulses. That inner voice that tells you I can't is the first one you have to shut up. When you begin to master your mind, you discover something that most people fear: silence. Silence is the moment when the mind searches for noise, and you teach it that it no longer needs it. Silence is proof that control is in your hands. And in that silence, you realize that the battle was never with others. It was always with yourself. Every time you manage not to react, every time you choose to think before you speak, you are winning. Not the world, but your weaker version. Therefore, coldness is not lack of emotion. It is mastery over them. People call you insensitive because they don't understand that you don't need to prove anything. You just need results. While they argue, you execute. While they feel, you think. And while they are distracted, you move forward. The man who thinks while others shout has already won. But getting to that point is not quick nor easy. It requires pain, disappointments, failures. Every fall shapes him, and every betrayal tempers him. There is no fire without heat, no steel without a blow. That is why weak men seek comfort. Strong men seek purpose. You have to decide whether you want to feel good or become powerful, because you can rarely have both at the same time. Power requires discomfort, and discomfort builds character. So when life hits you, don't ask it to stop. Ask for the strength to resist, because every blow that doesn't knock you down trains you, and every wound that heals teaches you. Stop running from pain, because pain is what sets you apart from the rest. Pain does not destroy you. It reveals it. There is a calm that only comes when you are no longer afraid of losing. When you understand that everything can go. Money, people, opportunities. But as long as your mind is still in order, you can rebuild it all. That is being cool. It is not lack of feelings. Is to have priorities. A man who masters himself may be burning up inside, but on the outside he keeps his composure. Speaks slowly. He walks tall. And he doesn't need to raise his voice, because his energy already commands respect. Not by aggression but by presence. And when he achieves that, he will see that people treat him differently. Some will admire you, others will hate you, but all will respect you, because respect is not asked for, is projected. Calm is more disconcerting than anger. So the next time something upsets you, remember what you learned here. Observe, think, act, not the other way around. You are not an impulse-driven animal. You are a strategist, and strategists don't shout. They wait for the right moment to move. So, if you want to build something big, start by building inside. If you want to master the game, first master the mind that plays it. And when that happens, there will be no enemy capable of breaking it, no person capable of manipulating it, nor obstacle that takes him out of his center. Because the man who manages to keep his mind cool, even if his world burns, has already won the war before the battle begins.